Welcome back to episode 5 of Bare Bones to Beautiful. I'm Sky Knight. Tonight we are going to be installing Polybar. You'll be able to see which workspace you're on, switch between them by just clicking, see some basic computer information as well, time, calendar, system tray, kind of all those things all rolled into one. Let's get going. First things first, we need to actually install Polybar, and that should be as simple as sudo apt install Polybar. Looks like that actually installed Pulse Audio as well, so that takes care of that. Let's clear that up and make sure that it was installed. Okay, Polybar was installed. Let's open up the Polybar documentation, find out what we need to do. Alright, to get started we need to create a configuration file in config Polybar called config. So make directory.config Polybar, and I believe there should actually be a example config file that we can just port over. Okay, so it looks like it's either in user share, doc. Okay, let's look in the first one. Looks like it's going to be there. Okay, and there is the config file. So let's copy the config over to .config Polybar into there. And let's see what it looks like. Alright. Setting the colors. Bar example. It looks like the bar name for the standard file is just called example, and actually we don't have HDMI1, so no, that's already not going to work very well. So let's change this to virtual one, and actually, you know what, let's just see if this runs. Oh, what do I need to do? So we need to call it with a bar name. Okay, so we'll just call it with Polybar example, because that was the bar name, and throw it in the background. Okay, so there we go. All of a sudden we have looks like 10 different workspaces. Sound, I haven't passed any audio into this VM yet, so this probably isn't working. Looks like we're getting lots of errors and warning messages in the terminal there. Looks like most of those are just missing characters. MPD, don't have MPD installed. I don't know that I will install the music player. Doesn't really seem necessary. Looks like we are missing a lot of the characters, likely just using a different font than what we have installed. Looks like the time seems to be working fine. I think the red one is probably CPU. Since this is staying pretty static, I assume it's memory. No idea what the US is. Looks like that's the available space on our RIP drive at the moment. Okay. Well, it's running. Let's shut her down and make her stop complaining. Oh, before I get too much farther into this, drink of the night. Some Redbreast cast strength. I thought that it was... Oh, yes, it is Redbreast 12 cast strength. They just don't put the numbers in the name when it's cast strength for some reason. Super delicious though. Very, very butter cookie like. Yep. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do, pig. Alright. First, let's just kill that then. Alright. Now, what do we need to do? Oh, why are you still going? Kill all Polybar. P kill Polybar. Kill all must be a thing that isn't actually brought with Debian. I guess that's from my Arch days that I've been using kill all, but pkill is essentially the same thing. Process kill, I think, is what it's short for. Okay. Let's clear that out. Okay, then let's look for where MPD was at. So setting all the colors up top. Here we go. With 100%. We're keeping going down. Font. So we are going to want to change the font. And it looks like it does something interesting with the way it grabs fonts. Okay, so this is telling you a good way to actually launch it. So we'll have to add this script sometime later. Later tonight. Let's check on fonts. Okay, so it looks like we need to run a command to list all the fonts and the font names in our system. FC list. You know what, let's pipe that through a grep command to look for only font awesome stuff. Or not font awesome. To look for only Fira code. And pipe that through a less command. Okay, so we want like Fira code. That's kind of hard to read. Here, let's close that one out. Okay, Fira code, regular nerd font, complete mono. So essentially this is what I want. So font 0. We'll want to set to Fira code, nerd font, complete, colon, style equals, is it regular? Regular. Okay, let's see what that does. Okay, now this should tell us if it was able to find So if you're a code nerd font, it picked up deja vu. No, that is not what I wanted you to do. So something is incorrect with the way that we spelled that out. Let's see again. Actually, let's make this a little smaller for my sake. Oh, is Fear code one word? Fear code nerd font. NF. Will that do it? Okay, so loaded Fira code. There it is. Okay, so font 1 is officially Fira code. Cool beans. Oh no. Okay, kill that. And actually, let's get this script created quick. Script that's used to launch everything. Vim launch. And let's just copy and paste this entire thing. Okay, so that kills all Polybar. I'm not going to have multiple bars. I'm actually not entirely sure what all this black magic is doing. But I do know that we want to... call example there. Okay. Then we want to just make that executable. Which it now is. And then we want to add it to our BSPWM RC file. So go back a directory, BSPWM. And it should kill it automatically, so we shouldn't need to do a pgrep on it. So let's just call that file. Config polybar launch.sh. And if I relaunch polybar, or if I relaunch BSPWM, that should. Yep. Okay. So that does launch. It's throwing a bunch of errors, I'm sure, at the moment, but that's fine. We'll clean them up now. Okay, so one of the things was that MPD was not available. Also, we don't have i3. So we're going to get rid of i3. You know what? In case we do add MPD, let's just comment that out. Okay, file system. So we still want the file system backlight. Right, that's not a thing. We're going to be using Pulse Audio. Oh, the US is probably denoting which keyboard that is. Oh, and actually I'm seeing a icon pop up. It appears that the Nerd Awesome, or the Nerd font that we used for this has that icon. Let's see. It's still complaining about hyphens. And MPD is still complaining as well. Did we not save that? I don't know why it's still complaining about MPD. Maybe it has to start the line. Not sure. Because we are on the example bar still. P-kill. Polybar. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Anyway, so, you know what, I don't really care what keyboard we have. Yeah, sure, it's nice to see the memory. I don't really want to see the IP address of these. There isn't a battery. I don't think I'm going to be able to see the temperature through the VM of the CPU. Date? Yeah, that's fine. Power menu. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, so window manager restack. So what that does is essentially when you have something full screen, it won't still have the bar over everything. It will just it'll behave as you would expect a full screen app to behave. It's full screen. There's nothing else. Okay. That's the Polybar config. Let's try this again. Oop. Okay, so far so good. We're not complaining about MPD. Looks like the only thing we're complaining about now is the hyphens. So let's see where those are at. File system. Actually, we do have a separate home directory. Mount 1 equals home. I think that's how I would do that. Maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. Doesn't appear so. So label mounted. Mount point dash F. Well, it seems like it should be working. Do I really need to kill it and then... Okay, so the script doesn't appear to be killing the Polybar processes correctly. Let's look into that. Ah, because kill all isn't... Of course. P-kill. There we go. Now that should work. Alright. Okay, module BSPWM index. Okay, so I do know that the index, I think we want this to be evaluated in order to get the Roman numerals up. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Yes, that was correct. How do I undo a Z? Z? No. Okay, so let's just evaluate this, and then also evaluate the unoccupied one. I'm not sure if that's actually what it's called when you're wrapping this in the $ bracket, but that's essentially what it's doing. You're telling well, now what in the... So 1, did I miss one? Oh, label empty. you're telling it that whatever is between these, I want you to evaluate them. And actually in the BSPWM RC, these are set to Roman numerals. So I think they look kind of cool as Roman numerals. So that's what they're going to be. There we go. It's a lot of workspaces, but that's fine. Okay, module I3, we can just ignore. MPD, we're not going to use right now, possibly ever. Backlight is gone. CPU, we do have CPU. That seems to be working just fine. Memory also appears to be working just fine. Let's add a what is our Ethernet device? EMP1S0. Okay. We'll do that, and then we'll go back up to the top, and we'll add the ETH module back in. Throw it right between, probably CPU and date. CPU and date. There we go. Neat. Alright, now what are we doing? Looks like time is working. That's fine. I think the only thing that isn't working right now is the, well, not all these missing characters, but the power button. I think there's actually a button that's supposed to be there. Okay, power menu. Okay, label open. So this is where we're going to need to go get some icons from Nerfont. Icons. Let's look for power. Oh yeah, I like this one. That one's cool. Okay, there's the power button. Power off, reboot, cancel. Cool. Close. Okay, so that is also a hyphen that it doesn't like. Is there a cancel? No. I'll select one of those power ones then. You know, this seems kind of cool. Let's just use that. Okay, so that has the button that says cancel. Neato. Let's see, where are these other things that are complaining? Okay, date. Why? Maybe a calendar? Sure, let's use that. What does that look like? Yeah, okay, nice little calendar. Looks like in front of the ETH one there is also one, so let's do look for a network. Not crazy about any of them, but I think that'll do the trick. Okay, connected prefix. A little strange. Okay, so there's that. Maybe processor. Memory? I don't know how that's memory, but whatever. prefix. Okay, so now we just need the CPU. Looks like that's it. Yeah, looks like that's the only thing. What do I even want for a CPU? Oh, you know what? This electron icon is kind of neat. Let's just use that. Excuse me. Okay, now we should not have any more warnings on the left side. Everything looks good. Let's just add font 2 and font 3 to be the exact same thing as this. So cut that, paste it 3 times. Two, one. There. That shouldn't make a difference anyway. Okay. That is Polybar. You know what? Actually, no. I want the seconds up there. Oh, how to do that is the question. Oh, it's right there. I just always want seconds to be displayed. Oop. There we go. Neat. Oh, well that's not going to do. We need this to update every 1 second. There we go. Okay, cool. That will be where we call this for the night. Let's actually make sure that everything works correctly. We start X, our bar pops up, everything appears to be working as intended. Alright, cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. This has been Sky Knight doing a Bare Bones to Beautiful episode. We installed Polybar. Got it functional. Alright, well, have a good one.